All right, well, hello everybody. Hope that you are having a wonderful day. We are getting close to the end of 2025. And so, with that, I just wanted to take a moment and send out a quick video update about some of the things that God has done over this past year at Sac Baptist Church in Cedartown. I'm going to be taking Sunday, January the 11th, to go into more detail about a lot of these updates and this kind of year-end review. But I really wanted to get this out on social media, just in an effort of transparency and to let you know about all the things that God's done and how we can celebrate. And especially, again, going into the new year on January 11th, I'm going to be giving kind of an update to the church as a whole and kind of where we're going and what God's doing, hopefully in 2026. And so I just want to kind of go through the rundown and kind of give you a list of some things that God has done and how we can celebrate, how we can rejoice in that, and then how you can help to support moving forward. So this past year in 2025, we had a couple of different revival services, one in the spring that we called Mission Cedartown. And during that time, we had different guest preachers come and focus on what it means to reach Cedartown and pray for the thousands of people that God wants to put in our path. And so that was just a wonderful set of services. We had an awesome August service, had different guest preachers come for that. We had a couple of mission trips that Briam and Paola and so many others in our church have participated in. We sent folks to Cuba and also to El Salvador this year. God did amazing things through those mission trips, continuing to cultivate the relationships and the mission opportunities that are there in those countries, and the gospel is proclaimed, and y'all were so supportive of that, and I'm so thankful. We had a lot of youth and kids functions, a lot of youth and kids events, and especially during the summer, we had a packed out summer with so many different things going on, and with our wonderful leaders helping to lead in those events, different trips, some overnight, had a youth camp, that sort of thing. Our youth group is growing and just excited about that. And, you know, we've also had some staff that we've added here at the church. Jeremy Wheeler's our Director of Youth Ministries and has just done a fantastic job. Matter of fact, we're getting ready to go to our winter retreat, leaving out tomorrow, so that's really exciting. And then we also added a new secretary, Brooke. She's doing a wonderful job as well. Been with us for about 6 months now, and has just completely gotten on board and is extremely helpful to the functioning and the work of the church and the ministry of the church. We've paid down our debt on our building, which I have updated y'all on frequently. Y'all have just been continuing to give and to show generosity in so many ways with that. And we've paid down our debt about $130,000 this year. So now we owe on our building about $556,000. And so that's a lot of progress, and we're really excited about that, and continuing to get closer and closer to that day that we completely pay this building off for the glory of God. So we're really excited about that. We've had just regular events and things that have taken place over the course of the year that God's really blessed. We've had, of course, Easter was great this year. We had our Word of Life that kicked back off in the fall and is doing really well this year, and had a lot of new kids, and have had several of those kids accept Christ, and our ESOL program's trucking right along, doing well, and Celebrate Recovery has grown and reaching new people, meeting new needs, and we've added a couple new Sunday school classes in the fall, and those are doing really well also, so that's exciting. We've preached through different books of the Bible this year, and that's been just, of course, one of my favorite parts of what we do together every single week. We went through 1 Corinthians earlier in the year. We studied the Trinity, the doctrine of the Trinity, throughout the summer in celebration of the 1700th anniversary of the Nicene Creed, and went through the doctrine of the Trinity over the summer. Over the fall, we did Hebrews 11, talking about stories of faith and sharing different testimonies of people in the church and how God's been so faithful to them and how they responded in the midst of difficulty or whatever it may be. And those videos are still available on YouTube. You just go to our YouTube channel, and they were just such a huge blessing for me to be able to sit back and listen to people in our congregation tell their story of faith and what God's done in their life. We've had a lot of new members, a lot of baptisms, especially in the latter part of the year. It seemed like we were just baptizing one week after the next. And that's just really in response to those that have accepted Christ and some of the new folks that we've met along the way and who God has put in our path. We've had, of course, salvations, those that have followed up from Vacation Bible School, also with Word of Life and within our youth group, and just reaching new families and ministering to new families. God is definitely blessed in that way, and it's been such a good year as far as that goes. We had a lot of renovations. We had some renovations over the summer, in particular, with our building, putting in new carpet in the hallways and painting in a lot of the entryways and all throughout the hallways, a lot of the high traffic areas. And several things that had to be fixed also around the church, and God just really blessed with that. We have a foundation account that the church has authorized to invest in, and so basically from the dividends of that foundation account, we've been able to pay for all of those renovations, and that's been a huge help. We actually have a new sound system that's coming in, and we haven't had to budget that from the general fund at all. That's came from the interest that we've earned on that foundation account. So that's been a huge blessing as well. Sound system will be installed in the next couple of weeks. And so I'm really excited to see that in use in our worship service. And I think that'll be beneficial overall. God's just done a lot of good stuff. This is just a brief overview. I want to take a couple minutes and talk about some of those things. There's a lot of other things too. But I'll go in more detail, of course, on January the 11th. I just wanted to kind of pause for a moment and give thanks to the Lord for all that He's done in 2025 and all that He's done in your life and in so many families in our church, families in our community. We've also had, of course, several of our members who have transitioned on to glory, and that's a part of the life and the work of the church and the ministry of the church. And we definitely miss several of our members, but we know where they are. And this year was, there were several of those times where we paused to worship and to give thanks for the lives of several of our members who have went on to be with Jesus. We've got some folks sick here at the end of the year, so y'all be praying for them. Flu's going around. Be sure to stay safe and well. But God's still faithful, every season that we find ourselves in. And so that's just one of the things that I wanted to remind you of today, as I'm reminded myself just by God's faithfulness in so many different ways. At times we may forget about that, and we may have to just remind ourselves. And so one of the things that I think is helpful for me is to count my blessings. And sometimes that means writing those things down on a list, and all the ways that God's provided this year. And we do the same for the church, to count our blessings and to see where God has been at work. And there's a lot to give Him thanks for. So as we go into 2026, I just pray that God would be with you and bless you and guide you through whatever circumstance you're facing. God's in full control. We trust in Him. And so thankful for that. Thankful for you, and look forward to seeing you this coming Sunday, January the 4th, for our first Sunday of 2026. And the same God who led us through the previous year is going to lead us through the next year. And